National Nachos Day. I love this day. I love nachos. I'm a sucker for a big, huge plate of ooey gooey cheesy nachos with spice like jalapenos and sour cream and all of that on top. Well, guess what? We're not doing that today. Nope, we're gonna do a twist on nachos. We're gonna do Greek layered nachos, and they're gonna be served cold actually, but stick with me here, I think you're gonna like it. All right, so for my layers, instead of tortilla chips, I'm gonna do pita chips. You could also do those sort of thin pretzels that you maybe dip into hummus. I know you know which ones I'm talking about. Whichever one floats your boat. So I'm gonna just do a little layer of these on the bottom because you know, that's when you know you have good nachos, when you get the ingredients in every little layer. So I'm gonna make sure that I do this. So I've got a few here to start. Now let's talk about what we're gonna put on this. I'm gonna do some hummus, I'm gonna do some feta, I'm gonna do some cucumber and some olives and some banana peppers. All those things you think of like in a Greek salad, we're gonna put it on top of the nachos. So because hummus is not easily drizzleable, I'm making up that word, we're gonna thin it out a little. So I just have some water here. You don't wanna, do too much. It's sort of a eyeball it. So I'm gonna stir this up. See, it's still a little bit too clumpy, not smooth enough to drizzle out, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with this. This is that feta dip I was talking about. All right, I'm gonna get these to the consistency I want. Again, it's just a wait and see, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do next. Okay, I have them thinned out at least to the point where I think I can scoop them on a little bit. So I'm gonna take a spoon here and just drizzle over. Looks pretty good to me. You know, you want a little bit on each little nacho. Then I've got the feta dip here. This happens to be garlic feta dip, so this is gonna be so good. Okay, then for our other ingredients, I just have these cute little Persian cucumbers, right? I love them because they're seedless and I feel like they're a little bit crunchier, so I love them. I just dice them up really small. I gotta tell you, this is an easy recipe, but the prep work will take a little time. If you're gonna get your little dicing done like that, it takes a minute. Then I just have some Roma tomatoes. I like those because they're not as juicy as other tomatoes, because you want some firmness here if you want to keep them in these little dices. How pretty does this look already? And then I've got some red onion, also diced pretty small. And if you don't love it, you can do green onion instead, a little milder taste. You can just put a few on, don't douse it. And then we're gonna go with some more feta cheese. And you could just use regular feta cheese. I saw the kind that has herbs in it, and I thought, well, of course, let's do some of that as well. All right. And then I have some banana peppers. I love these just to give it a little bit of a tang. How pretty does this look already, right? Now the other thing you could do, obviously I've got a lot of spice already going on, but I kind of have two spices in my cabinet that I use when I have sort of Mediterranean or Greek dishes. The tar seasoning, I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of that on it. And then I also have this all-purpose Greek seasoning I'm sure you've seen in the store. I'm just gonna do that as well. And I do have some black olives, but I know those can be controversial, so I'm gonna wait to put those. But how pretty does that look so far? So what I'm gonna do is just do a couple of layers. I'm gonna make it tall and then show you what we get in the end. Okay, they're done. I did about 3 layers, and how good do they look? Oh my gosh. Now, the problem is, are you gonna share this? It looks too good. I could probably eat the whole thing. I love it. So I hope you try something new for National Nachos Day. How about these Greek layered nachos? Cheers.